Hey class, how are you doing today? I just finished my paper and I figured I would give you a little insight on what it was about. I interviewed Jean-Luc Scemama. He is a biology professor here at ECU, born, raised, and educated in France. He's also a motorcycle safety instructor for the state of North Carolina and one of the advisors to our motorcycle club. I thought he'd be an interesting person to talk to. We have some in common as far as motorcycles, but when I first met him, I was trying to start a club and looking for a professor that rides, and started talking to him briefly, mentioned the idea to him, and he said, "Sure, I'd be happy to." Didn't take any convincing, which was great because I figured it might be kind of difficult, or I might have to try to convince someone. Instead, he took no convincing. Very nice person to talk to and to get to know. The interview process was very funny. Rather than sitting down in his office, he had me walk around campus and walk to another professor's house and kind of run errands with him while I conducted the interview, which was a little atypical. Um, like, there's not a whole lot of, surprisingly, not a whole lot of cultural differences between, French culture and American culture. They want a lot of the same things that we do, to be able to have freedom of thought, religion, politics, raise their kids and family. Um, so not a lot of differences there. One of the big differences, at least when we talked about motorcycle culture, was that motorcycles are so prevalent in Europe and so common that there's not that kind of negative stigma that's associated with it here in the U.S., where a lot of Americans think that bikers are somehow associated with outlaws and illegal activity. But over there, it's very common. Most people make a progression from riding a bicycle to riding a scooter to riding a motorcycle eventually. Hopefully, that stigma in the U.S. will change. But like I said, Jean-Luc is a great person. I don't know if this is a characteristic of him, or I'm assuming it's well, let me tell you, we had a cookout at my house recently for the motorcycle club, and he brought over a bunch of food. There was a bunch of leftovers that we didn't cook, and so I said, "Hey, take the food back with you that you brought." And he said, "We have a saying in France: if I give you something and then ask for it back, it's like stealing." So I thought that was cute, but I think that's if it's a French saying, then it's obviously indicative of their culture that they're just giving people. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little upload here. I don't know if anyone else is having problems, but Tumblr doesn't seem to be able to upload any of my audio files, so I'm doing a video. Hopefully this works. Thanks.